family. Welcome back for another week of the home buying process. We're going to finish going over the agreement of sale contract. The last time I spoke to you, I introduced the title, surveys, and cost section of the agreement of sale, which I interviewed an insurance agent. So if you haven't checked out that video, please go back and check it out. I did want to add that you do have a certain amount of time from the execution date of the agreement of sale, which is 7 days if not specified, for you, the buyer, to order from a reputable title company for delivery of seller a comprehensive title report on the property. And if you don't have a title company, your agent can give you a list of some title companies for you to choose from. Next in the agreement of sale, now I'm going to move on to the coal, oil, gas, and mineral interest rates disclosure statement. Okay, this is a supplement to the disclosure forms required by the Pennsylvania Seller's Disclosure Law. This form is to be completed by seller and reviewed by buyer. And the bottom of each page should be initialed by both the buyer and seller after they review. Surface and subsurface rights may be transferred together, but sometimes they are transferred separately. The responses provided are given to the best of the seller's knowledge and may not reflect all coal, oil, gas, and/or mineral interest rights and interest for the property. Now we have condominium/planned community homeowners association notice section. Now, a condominium is a unit of a condominium that is primarily run by a unit owners association, section 3407 of the Uniform Condominium Act of Pennsylvania. Requires seller to furnish buyer with a certificate of resale and copies of the condominium declaration, the bylaws, and the rules and regulations of the association. The Planned Community Homeowner Association is the property as part of the planned community as defined by the Uniform Planned Community Act, section 5407A of the Act. Requires seller to furnish buyer with a copy of the declaration, the bylaws, the rules and regulations of the association, and a certificate containing the provisions as set forth in section 5407 of the Act. And then also there are other guidelines in there which applies to the initial sales of the property that are part of the condominium or planned community, or guidelines that applies to the resales of properties that are part of the condominium or planned community. And these are all things that you can review in the sales agreement and can go over with your agent. Next, we have real estate taxes and assessed value. In Pennsylvania, taxing authorities, school districts, and municipalities and property owners may appeal the assessed value of a property at the time of sale or at any time thereafter. A successful appeal by a taxing authority may result in a higher assessed value for the property and an increase in the property taxes. Also, periodic countywide property reassessments may change the assessed value of the property and result in a change in the property tax. Next, we have the maintenance and risk of loss section. And this section is, seller will maintain the property, including but not limited to structure, grounds, fixtures, appliances, and personal property, specifically listed in this agreement in its present condition, normal wear and tear expected. If any part of the property included in the sale fails before settlement, then the seller will, and they'll have different contingencies for the seller and the buyer at that point. And then also, seller bears the risk of loss from fire or other casualties until settlement. If any property included in this sale is destroyed and not repaired prior to the settlement, buyer will, and there's contingencies and things for that. And that's something, again, for you to review in the agreement of sale and for your agent to review with you as well. Next, we have home warranties. At or before settlement, either party may purchase a home warranty for the property from a third-party vendor. Sometimes we have it where the seller purchases it for the buyer for a year. And then if that's not the case, then the buyer would purchase it on their own, which is highly recommended. Buyer and seller understand that a home warranty for the property does not alter any disclosure requirements of seller, will not cover it or warrant any pre-existing defects of the property, and will not alter, waive, or extend any provisions of this agreement regarding inspections or certifications that buyer has elected or waived as part of this agreement. Buyer and seller understand that a broker who recommends a home warranty may have a business relationship with the home warranty company that provides a financial benefit to the broker. For instance, Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services, where I work, we have an affiliate with a home warranty company. Okay, next we have assignments. This agreement is binding upon the parties, their heirs and personal representative, guardians and successors, and to the extent assignable on the assigns of the parties hereto. Buyer will not transfer or assign this agreement without the written consent of seller unless otherwise stated in this agreement. Assignment of this agreement may result in additional transfer taxes. Then we have Foreign Investment in Real Estate Property Tax Act of 1980. In the disposition of the U.S. real property interest by a foreign person, the transfer, is subject to the Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act of 1980. Income tax withholding. This authorized the United States to tax foreign persons on dispositions of U.S. real property interest. And then it explains further in that agreement of sale, which you can review and have your agent review with you. Notice regarding convicted sex offenders and Megan Law. Buyers are encouraged to contact the Municipal Police Department of the Pennsylvania State Police for information relating to the presence of sex offenders near a particular property, or to check the information on the Pennsylvania State Police website, which is all listed in an agreement of sale for you to review and for your agent to review with you. Then we have a section, Default, Termination, and Return of Deposits, which is explained in depth and should be reviewed by you and you with your agent, which is very important because it pertains to the defaulting and termination of this agreement of sale and any disputes or claims that arise from this agreement, including disputes and claims over deposit monies, will all go to mediation, which is explained in the agreement of sale. Okay, so that's it for the agreement of sale. Next week will be the last part of the home buying process, and that will be closing day. See you later, family, and have a nice day, and please subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Bye, family.